All right. Well, good afternoon. Happy Thursday. Hope everyone's having a great day so far. I am excited to do this Workout Wednesday challenge from one of our new coaches. Kyle is going to be challenging us with this, so we'll go ahead and get started here. So this is what we're going to take a look at. We're taking a look at a year-over-year line chart. So we are going to be taking a look at Superstore data that he is going to be challenging us with. Basically, we're going to be doing a line chart. We'll go ahead and pop into Tableau Public so we can kind of look at this big full screen. And we will go ahead and take a look at this. So we've got a line chart, and we have a normalized date axis. I can see here we've got a normalized date because we have the current year, the previous year, and we've got the current year, previous year, and 2 years ago. So we need to figure out some sort of a way to come up with a way to normalize our date access. And we're also doing it by the week. So we're not just having a normalized date access, but we need to do it once we get a normalized date, we need to aggregate it to the date or to the week. And then we're doing sales, and then we're doing a year over year of those sales. So let's go ahead and hop into Tableau. And Kyle said that he had an adjusted Workout Wednesday Superstore data set for us to work with, so that's what we will connect to real quick. And let's see. Not there. Let's see here. Downloads. There we go. Superstore sales growth. That's what we're going to be taking a look at. All right, so we're loading up this data set real quick, and we are taking a look at it. Tableau is being quite slow this morning. It's all right. Okay, here we go. Now we're good. All right, so we're loaded. We're ready. We don't have anything to really worry about, so we'll just go right into it. So probably the first thing that we need to do is we need to do two things. One, we need to figure out how to do a normalized date access, and then we need to create our periods. And I think we also need to, if we look at the requirements one more time, I think we need to adjust our weeks. Yes, so right here you can see that we need to be, our weekly sales are Monday through Sunday. So Monday is the start of a new week. So we'll have to do some adjusting when it comes to that. So just kind of keep that in mind. I think for the sake of time and today, I don't think I'm going to have enough time to go through the bonus advanced portion. So we'll just do the main meat of the challenge and then go from there. It also says to have a parameter to fix the date to that, and then we need to also create a filter to exclude the incomplete week. Okay, so what we need to do is Go here, go back into Tableau. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create that parameter, that fake today. I'm just going to go ahead and call this fake today. Date. And we will set it to December 1st, 2021. Oop. Okay. 12/1/2021. There we go. Fake today. All right. Now what we need to do is we're going to go ahead and create that normalized date access. So there's a few ways to do it, but since we want everything to be, we want our weeks aligned, we need to basically bring all of the years of data that we have together on the same week. So that is going to look like something like this. So I'm going to call this my norm date. And I want it to be a date field because Tableau tends to always default any date calculations to a date time field. I don't want date time. I just want a date field. So I'll do that. But then what we're going to do is we're going to do date add at the year level. And basically what we're going to be doing some date math on the year level, and we're going to basically by week we're going to we're going to subtract the number of years or add the number of years back up to 2021. So this normalized date is going to be we're basically going to bring all of our dates up to the year 2021 so that we can visualize them on the same line or on the same axis. So, but what we need to do here is, so our interval is the year, or our date part is the year. Our interval is going to be an additional math here at the year level. And we're going to, our start date is going to be date trunk of, we're going to do the date. This is where we're going to get into normalizing at the week level. So we're going to date trunk it at the order date for the week. And then this is a really interesting parameter that you can add to your date calculations. If you would like to start your weeks on different days, this is where you add that. So we're going to add a comma, and then I'm just going to put Monday in between the parentheses, or inside the quotes, right? And you can see here it says the start of the week. So where do you want your start of the week? So that's what we want. What do we want our end date to be? We want our end date to be our fake today field. All right. And then, so that's the interval. That line that I just wrote there is the interval. And then what we need to do again is and then our starting date is going to be date trunk at the week level of order date. And again, we're going to start on Mondays. There we go. And then we'll just close out our parentheses. I need another one down here. There we go. Our norm date is, so again, we're doing some date, we're doing two different date, it's kind of weird. We're doing two different date math calculations here. We're doing a date add at the year, and then a date diff to get the integer interval here. So we'll click OK. And now we will bring that up. We'll make it continuous. We'll bring that up here. And you can see it worked because we only have one date, 1 year, right? Because of the normalizing that we did, but we want it at the week number. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Just like that. Now, we know that sum of sales is that's what we're doing. So we'll go ahead and do that. But now what we need to do is we need to figure out two things. One, we need to remove everything prior to the fake today. So let's do a sales filter, and we'll do order date less than or equal to fake today. We'll go ahead and drop that in. Bring in all dates less than today of the order date. And as you can see, that kind of dropped everything down because these are the dates that are fewer than December 1st, 2021 in our data set. All right, so now let's go create our periods calculation here. So what we're going to do is basically what we're going to do is we're going to use the order date, compare it to the year of our parameter, our fake today, and basically just do some calculations to create some periods. So what I'm going to do is if the year of the date trunk at the week level of order date starting on Mondays is, we've got one, oh, yep, not year here. That's not what we want. We want the year function. If year of date trunk, yes, there we go, is equal to the year of fake today. And again, we don't want that. We want the function of fake today. So if that's equal to that, then 3. Else if, I'm just going to copy this. Then 2. Else if, and this is actually going to be -1. This is -2. End. Okay, so let's talk about this one. So what we're going to do is we've got year of the date trunk of the week. Is it equal to the year of fake today? If it is, that's our current period. And so we want that to be highest because when we go to do some of our calculations later, some of these normalized calculations later, we want the current date to be at the top of the partition as we kind of go about this. And then we're going to descend the periods going down for that. So so right now there are 3, 2, 1. If I had numbered this, and the reason I did this way, if I'd actually said this is current, this is prior, and this is 2 years ago, by default Tableau would do my calculations a little bit wonky, my table calculations later, because it does it in alphabetical order by ascending order or descending order. So by doing it this way, we are automatically putting everything in the right order. And you'll see what that means a little bit later. So there's our periods. As you can see, I didn't add an else null because I don't need to. Tableau will just automatically do that. But what I do need to do is bring periods up here and exclude the nulls. All right? So let's go there. Let's exclude the nulls. And let's go now. We can drop periods down on here. Okay, so we're doing good so far. All right. All right, so now we need to start doing some year over year calculations. So let's actually go here, and what we're going to do is we're going to do this a little bit. Actually, what I want to do first is I want to set both of these to all using this data source, so that any new sheet that we create doesn't will automatically get that. There we go. All right, so we got that. So let's kind of look at this. Anytime you start dealing with year over year or something like that, you know that you're going to be dealing with table calculations. And the best piece of advice I can give you when it comes to table calculations is do everything in a crosstab. First, get all of your, so that you can actually see the numbers, because sometimes when you start dealing with table calculations and partitioning and scope and direction and all that kind of thing, it can get kind of confusing. So let's kind of build this out as a text table so that we can see what's happening. And then as we see what's happening, we'll be able to set and make sure that our table calculations are working the way that they're supposed to. So then we can go back and format everything. But first thing I want to do, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to alias. Yes, Dennis, I will do that. That is a great idea. Let me do that. So normalize date. So Dennis in the chat asked for the calculations in the chat, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So this is, and I'll even do the, whoop, I meant to, here, let me do that again. I'm going to do the Lindsay Poulter method here, I think, and call this norm date. Nope, they won't let me do a shift enter. So anyway, I wanted to do that kind of fancy, but it won't let me do that. So there's norm date. Edit. Here's the periods calculation for you. So great idea, Dennis. Thank you for that. Oh, looks like I can't do that. Looks like it has too many characters because YouTube doesn't like the number of characters. So we'll do this. There's that. And then you can just tack this on. There we go. All right. That was a great idea. Yes, I will start doing that. So for anybody who's following along at home, I will drop my calculated fields, the more complicated ones, in there in the chat for you. So all right. So first, what I want to do is I'm going to go alias these periods. So remember, our 3 was the current period. So this is a nice little trick that you can do that I use frequently sometimes. That doesn't make any sense, but that's okay. I use this sometimes whenever in these situations where I need things to be sorted the right way when Tableau starts to do things, but maybe that the way that I do that doesn't make sense to the end user. So aliasing is a really great way to do that. 3 is current, 2 is previous, and 1 is 2 years ago. So I just edit those aliases right there, and then click OK. All right. So now we'll bring out our periods, and then what we'll do is we'll bring out our normalized date. We'll make it at the week level, and we'll do it discrete so that we can actually see what's happening, right? Let's see. Nope, I want it this way. Yeah, there we go. So 2 years ago, current, previous, and I'm going to go ahead and sort this the way that it should be. Sort by field, sort by period, min. There we go. So we have current, previous, 2 years ago. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, bring out sum of sales. Bring it out in text. So imagine, so this, what we're seeing here, and actually what we can do, no, not going to do that. Okay. Okay. So I thought I could bump up the text quickly and easily, but I can't. So that's apologies. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is go to the, so imagine, so these 3 points, 72.97, 57.10, and 28.59, these 3 points align to these 3 points. Okay? So that's what we're going to be using, right? So this is the red, this is the blue, and this is the, yeah, orange, red, blue. So this is, so current is orange, previous is red, 2 years ago is blue. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we need to do, so I'm just going to go ahead and create calculations for everything so that when we start to kind of do some of these nested calculations, I'm going to write everything out one in separate calculations. So the first thing we need to do is the index sales. And that's really simple. That's just sum of sales. All right? The index sales is, this is the sum of sales for that time period. Go ahead and add that to our table here. Next, we need to do a comparison sales. And the comparison sales is just the number less than the lookup that. So we're going to do a lookup of the index sales minus 1. Not index sales, sum of sales. Same thing, right? It is. We know that that's the same thing. So use whichever one you like. I'm going to do index sales so that we can keep everything looking the way that we want it. Just like that. Okay? We'll put that on there. Oop. Down here. So let's look at this right now, real quick. So right now, Tableau, when I put this on here, this is where doing the crosstab is really, really helpful. Because Tableau right now is just doing it table down, which is good. But we know that table down is not going to necessarily be relevant to whenever we turn this crosstab into a line chart. So what we actually want to do is we need to change the scope and direction of our table calculation, and we are using the periods. So we're going to compute using the periods. And when I did that, what you see is it stopped, right? And that's exactly what we want, because if we look back, if we look at our line chart, we want to compare only these 3 measures, right? We want to only compare these 3 measures together. We don't want to go across. We only want to do it like this, okay? So that makes sense. So now what we need to do is we need to calculate the variance between the index sales and the comparison sales. So I'll call this, we'll call this sales difference. And that is the index sales minus the comparison sales. Just like that. And then when I drag this in, just to make sure, we are using still, it is still using the periods, right? So we have, right, so if we look at this, there's 7, so the index for the current period is 7297, and you can see the 5710 gets carried up over here, the 2859 gets carried up over here, and we're doing the math between this number and this number, right? And that's what we get here. So now what we need to do is we just need to create a calculation that will divide this 1587 number divided by the comparison sales from the previous year. So what we're going to do is we're going to do sales difference divided by comparison sales. And we'll call this year over year percentage. Comparison sales, nope, sales difference excuse me, sales difference divided by comparison sales. Because we know that the change over time calculation is the current minus the previous, in brackets, divided by the previous. So that's what this calculation is doing. Go ahead and format this to a percentage with 1 decimal point. And now we can bring that out. Now that we have these numbers, we know that these are right, and we can also confirm that we are using still the periods, right? So now all we have to do is go back to our, now real quick before we leave, let's go back and see what happens if we had just named these periods from the beginning. So this was current, this is previous, and this is 2 years ago. Okay? Did you see what happened? A lot of things changed. And the reason for that is because of the way that the partitioning is doing it, and the way that the lookup is happening for each period, right? So because 2 years ago, alphabetically, as a text field, alphabetically is the first, and then current, and then previous. So so even though I've got this sorted this way, and I'm sorting it based on periods, or I'm using periods, excuse me, when I do that, basically what's happening is this becomes the first period, then this, right? And that's how things get really weird. So that's why I used 3-2-1, because then by default Tableau is sorting everything in the correct order. And I don't have to mess with custom sorting within the table calculation, within the compute using. So we'll go ahead and we'll call this good. So now what we need to do here, now when we're back here, we have our sales. Now what we need to do is, I think we just, if we go back, do we just have, sales? So we have the week of, the period, the sales, and then we have the sales percentage. Okay. Or the year over year percentage. So year over year percentage. Make sure this is using periods. 27.8, 96. Okay, let's... There we go. So even if you saw that, even the way that we sort on the view, if you noticed, I had, if we look up here again, I had 2 years ago, current, and previous, but by sorting the periods in the correct order, Tableau was able to do the partitioning the right way. Now, I could have done it like that. If we left that, that was one option. Another option is to come in here to my year-over-year calculation, compute using periods, edit the table calculation, and then sort order. If I do, so right now you can see specific dimensions, and this is why Tableau, when they introduced this new Tableau calculation UI, it was really, really beneficial. Because we can now see how Tableau is actually numbering and partitioning these things. So you can see that this is, so the 2 years ago is partition first, then that, then current, then previous. So there's, like I said, you can reorder on the view to change the partition order, or you can come in here. Well, why is that like... Okay, we're just going to have to redo that because I don't know why that comes up. All right, so if we go here, edit table calculation, sort order is still behind. That's a bug, and that's not right. Anyway, what we could do is we could set the custom sorting to our field, which I can't even get to because it's being really weird, so I apologize for that. That's really strange. I've never seen that happen. But we can just basically do this, right? So we'll do that. And now we have... what happened? We're still using periods. Oh, because I still have the custom sort. Yep. Oh, no. Okay, well, because I can't get to it. So we'll just keep... I know I had it at one point. Nope. Okay. So here it is. Bring that there. See, trying to teach you guys, trying to teach everybody things, and then it just kind of goes crazy on you. Okay. So there's that. That's not working because I have to set this to do periods. But now we have 27.8, 99.7, and good. All right. So, and again, what else we'll do here? We'll go in here. We'll do edit. Nope, not edit. We need to get those triangles. Number format. I've already set to 1 decimal, but now I'm going to go in here to custom. I'm going to go in here to custom, and I'm going to put in here 0, semicolon 0, semicolon 0. And then what I'll do is I'll bring up my keyboard viewer, which is not working because I'm in full screen. Can I see it here? Yes. Ah, there we go. It's on a different screen. All right, so we'll go here. What we're going to do is what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to add the triangles to add the direction arrows to that. So we'll do this, that, whoop, semicolon. This text box, if you're not aware, this text box is very, very similar to Tableau or Microsoft Excel custom formatting. So if you've ever done some custom number formatting within Excel, it's very, very similar. Positive is the first, separated by a semicolon is how you want the negative numbers to be formatted, separated by a semicolon, how you want the 0 to be formatted. So what we'll go here do is I'll go here and I'll be right here, and I believe this is, there's that. After the semicolon, there's that. We'll click OK and we'll check to make sure. So 27 up, 2097 up, yep. Do I have some downs? Where's my first down? Let's go look over here. Where's my, oh, here we go. Yeah, great. All right. Oh, there's my first down. Right here. All right, so you can see that it's working, right? So we had do that. So now we just need to talk about our filtering, or talk about our colors, which if we go over here, he gave us current is this color. Like that. Previous is this color. And 2 years ago is this gray color. Click apply. Yeah, things are looking good now. All right, we'll get rid of our, next we'll get rid of our access because I'm here and I saw it and I know that I need to get rid of it. All right. That looks good. All right. There we go. There's the 2. There's the negative. That's good. Okay, now let's go see what else. Create a filter to exclude the complete week. Ooh. So what we're going to do, how we're going to, basically what we need to make sure is that every single week has at least 7 days in it. So what we're going to do is fixed date trunk week order date start on Mondays. We are going to count date part day order date Monday curly bracket, and I need 2. There we go. All right, we'll see if this works. Let's drag that up into, let's make this a dimension. Drag that over here. That's not working. Okay, so let's see what's happening here. Do we need to count D? Oh yeah, that's it. Well, maybe. No. Okay. Fixed date trunk. So for each unique week, or maybe I need to do it on the norm date. Is that it? Oh, whoop, not that. Norm date is already starting on that, so we just need norm date. Norm date. Now there's only 4. That doesn't make sense, does it? All right, so let's do this. Yeah, I know. No, that's not right. This is not right. So if we change this back to order date. So what I'm trying to do right now is figure out how to count the number of days so for each count the number of days, count the unique number of days in do I need periods in there too? Let's see what that looks like. That didn't change anything. What does it look like if I do that? That's 31. Now I'm just throwing darts here. Let's see. Let's think about this. Now okay, let's see. How to figure out if we have complete weeks. So let's do fixed date trunk week norm date periods max date norm max date part day norm date Monday and that oh, not day, weekday. See, this is what happens when you figure that when you go through this. Not day, that's the actual date part. So that's 1 through 31. That's why it was 1. Duh. Weekday. There we go. Now if I change that, count D, but now I can sum that. I still get 1. For each week, count distinct the number of weekdays. Why is that 4? Okay. because I may not have every day. Because I may not have every day represented in the data source. So that's why. So how are we going to do that? Interesting. All right, let's go figure this out. One of the great things about Tableau Public, if available, is you now have the ability to edit a workbook from right within Tableau Public. So let's go see how Kyle did this. Let's go here. Yeah, exclude incomplete week. True. Here's that calculated field. Okay, so if date trunk week of order date is not equal to the max fixed date trunk week number of fake today. Oh. Okay. Yep. That's right. Because yep. That's good. That's a good trick because every week is represented, maybe not every day, but every week is, and so I was going about it at a different day or a different time. So, and by doing it at the week trunk, we get the week and year. So, yeah, that's a good strategy. All right, so let's do that. Let's create a calculated field. Exclude. And if you wanted to implement this into your production environment and you wanted to do this, obviously you would not want to not have a fake date, and you would just put it on today. And then basically what would happen is for every single day that you have new data, it would check to see if today was the new date. If the max week equals the current week that it is based off of today, and then yeah, so that's good. That's good. All right, date trunk week order date not equal to the table level max date trunk week of fake today. To bracket, to parentheses, 1 curly, true, and there we have our drop off. Okay, cool. All right, so now we just need to do our formatting and our tooltips. And because I'm just going to do this. Work smart, not hard, right? Let's see. This is going to be year-over-year percent, not sales, because that's year-over-year percent. Periods. Norm date. Preview. Week of, current number of sales. Oop, yep. Tooltip title. What's that? Let's see. Year-over-year percentage. Oh, right. If it doesn't exist, then don't show it. Got it. Okay. That is pretty simple. So if periods equals 1, then null, else year-over-year percentage quotes. Tooltip title. Tooltip title. Come in here, change this. Bingo. That null won't show up as null whenever I do that. So there you go. So you can see there it's not there. There it shows up. There it shows up. There it doesn't. So that's working. All right. So there you have it. That's basically it. That's the nuts and bolts of it. Now it's just formatting and creating a dashboard, which is the pretty simple part. So we will get rid of this. Don't publish. We'll go back to Kyle's. We'll check to make sure that we didn't miss anything for the regular match tooltips. Yep, we did that. Calculate year-over-year percentage change by week. Yep, we did that. We have a line chart. Excuse me. We have a line chart. We've got a dashboard. We've got everything. We've excluded our full week. All right. So there you have it. Thanks so much, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed that. We'll be back next week for another Workout Wednesday walkthrough. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful week. Take care.